What's up, everybody? For those of you guys that are new to the channel, my name is Luigi and I'm an upcoming medical school student. If you guys have been keeping up with my channel, you know that I've been sharing with you guys everything about my medical school application cycle. I even made a whole video just talking about what's inside my whole application. So you guys can watch that video and see how I was like as a student and what my numbers are. But for today's video, all the hard work that I put in during undergrad and in that medical school application is going to come to fruition, because what we're going to be talking about today are the results of my medical school application cycle. That's right, I'm going to be going over the results for all 37 medical schools that I applied to. And I know 37 medical schools is a lot to cover, but I was able to divide them into 5 different sections. So how we're going to split this up is by first discussing all the medical schools that I applied to that has an average acceptance stats of kind of like low in terms of every other school that I applied to. Then we're going to go over to the mid-range schools. Then we're going to go over schools that prefer in-state students. Next, we're going to cover the top ranked medical schools. And lastly, we're going to go over my home state schools, which is California medical schools. And to put things into perspective, I'm going to be putting my GPA and my MCAT scores right here. And then right here in this little area over here, I'm going to be putting the logo of the schools, the average GPA acceptance, and the average MCAT scores for their accepted students. And then the results will be right here. So without further ado, let's go. To start things off, we're going to be going over the medical schools that has a lower average acceptance in terms of their stats. So that list of schools, it's going to be, first we have Georgetown, Thomas Jefferson, Drexel, Temple, Dartmouth, Tufts, Tulane, and George Washington. So those are the medical schools that are considered low in terms of their average acceptance statistics, which means that it's easier to get into those schools. And that's only relative to the rest of the other schools that I applied to. So the cutoff that I set to have that mark is a 3.8 GPA and I believe a 513 MCAT. Let me double check on that. Yeah, around like a 513 or lower than 514 MCAT score. So here are the statistics for those schools. And now let's go through each one. First, we have Georgetown. So for Georgetown, I was rejected. Thomas Jefferson, another rejection. Drexel, I was invited for an interview. And if you guys want to find out if all I ever got was an interview, if I was accepted, waitlisted, or rejected, make sure to tune into the rest of the video. Next, we have Temple, another rejection. Dartmouth, rejected. Tufts, Tulane, and George Washington. Big surprise, I was also rejected to all those schools. Next, we're going to be going over the medical schools that has a middle range in terms of the average acceptance statistics that they have. And for that, the barrier that I put is in between a 3.8 GPA to about a 3.9 and an MCAT score of about 514 to around 518 or 517. So the list of schools in that category are Boston University, Brown, Rochester, Hofstra, NYU Long Island, Albert Einstein, and the University of Massachusetts. So there's 7 schools in that list. And now let's go take a look at their stats. So in this category, I feel like there's a lot more medical schools that I could have applied to that would fit in here, but I mainly chose schools that are in the northeast of the United States just because I've visited Boston, I've visited New York, Philadelphia, so those are cities where I can kind of see myself living in. So now let's go over the results of each one. First, we have Boston University, rejected. Brown, rejected. Rochester, rejected. Hofstra, rejected. NYU Long Island with their free tuition, rejected. Albert Einstein and the University of Massachusetts, both rejections. The next section that we're going to cover are the schools that I applied to with a very high in-state preference. And looking back, I honestly don't know why I applied to all of these schools. I always got the warning from people that say oh, don't apply to those schools just because they strongly prefer people that are residents of that state. And I was thinking, I'm from California. I'm close enough to Oregon, Arizona, and Las Vegas. They might consider me. But, there's a reason why they have a high in-state preference and why people warn you not to apply to those schools. So let's go over the list that I have right now. So the list of the in-state preference schools that I applied to are the University of Washington. I applied to that school because my girlfriend is from Washington, so it would have been cool if I was able to get in there. The University of Arizona, Hawaii, Oregon, and the University of Las Vegas. And I actually do have relatives in Las Vegas, but it's not like close family, so I guess that wouldn't really help me too much, but I was still able to put that in the secondary application hoping that it would help me. And as you guys might have guessed, for all 5 of those schools, I was rejected. I think it's just really important to consider these kind of factors when you're applying to medical school. Just schools that have in-state preferences, they really want the future doctors that they recruit into their medical school to stay where their school is and to hopefully work with the community that they're showing the students. So if you're thinking of applying to these schools, I would strongly advise not to unless you're a resident of that state. Next up, we have the top ranked medical schools. So these are the medical schools that everybody dreams of going into. I honestly just applied to these schools just to have something to hold on to while I'm going through the whole application cycle. As you guys can see right here, my GPA and my MCAT, you wouldn't really see it as like one of those students that would get into these top named schools. So let's go over the list. First up, we have Harvard, then we have NYU, Columbia, Mount Sinai, Pittsburgh, Cornell, and the University of Pennsylvania. Okay, and one by one, for Harvard, I was rejected. NYU, with their free tuition, I was also rejected. Columbia, rejected. Mount Sinai, rejected. Pittsburgh, another rejection. Cornell, I had an interview. And UPenn, rejected. So to tally everything up again, we had, let's see here, 27 schools that I applied to and had 2 interviews. That is less than 10%, so it's not looking too good. But we still have 1 section left, and that's the in-state medical school section. So for my state residency, I am a resident of the state of California. And I know a lot of people say that you don't really get the same advantage when it comes to being in-state in California, just because so many other people are applying from all over the country and even the world, just applying to these medical schools in California. But it is what it is. I applied to basically all of the medical schools in California except Loma Linda. So let's go over this list. First, we have Stanford, Kaiser, USC, my alma mater, UCLA, rival school, UCI, UC Riverside, UC San Diego, UC San Francisco, California University, and Cal North State. So that's 10 schools in California, a big number of schools. So I guess that's one advantage of living in California. You can apply to all 10 of these medical schools, and that's probably the most out of any state out there. Okay, so you guys can see the statistics for the schools right here, and here are the results of each one. Stanford, really, really good school, rejected. Kaiser, free tuition, a lot of people applied. It's kind of brand new school, rejected. USC, my alma mater, you know what it is, they rejected me, not even an interview. UCLA, the rival school, I was on the borderline of not even applying just because, USC, we hate UCLA. They interviewed me. Okay, next we have UCI, really close to where I live. I got an interview there too. UC Riverside, rejected me. UC San Diego, rejected me. San Francisco, rejection. California University, another medical school that's fairly new. I had an interview there. And Cal North State, rejection. So, in total, 37 schools. I had an interview to 5 medical school interviews out of 37. Now, let's go over the results of each interview. So first, we have Drexel. Drexel, as I mentioned previously, is one of the schools that I applied to that's kind of on the lower end in terms of the average statistics that you need in terms of their average acceptance. And for that school, after my interview, I was accepted. So Drexel is the first school that I was accepted to. Next, we're gonna go over Cornell. So Cornell, top ranked school, one of the dream schools just because of how well known it is. And it was really hard to get in terms of the statistics that they have. I was waitlisted at Cornell. Next, we have California University School of Medicine. I was rejected there, but I'll explain the reason later on. Next, we have UCLA, the rival school that I got my first interview for, and I was rejected there. They probably found out that I graduated from USC, you know, it is what it is. And then there's UC Irvine, and I was accepted there as well. So for the California University School of Medicine, that was my last interview, and it was already really late into the cycle by the deadline where I had to commit to one school. And that's, I think, why I got rejected there was because right after that interview, maybe 2 or 3 days after, I had to press the commit to enroll at a certain school button, and that's when I chose to commit to UC Irvine. So with Cornell, I was on the wait list during that time, and after I pressed that commit to enroll, Cornell was notified, and I also sent them an email thanking them for their time that I'm committing to Irvine, and they sent the rejection letter shortly after. So if you guys want to find out why I decided to not wait for Cornell and just decided to accept and commit to UCI, make sure to tune into my channel and I'll go over that in a future video. And there we have it, the results of my medical school application cycle. I hope you guys were able to find a lot of value in this video. One of the main points that I had for making this video is to show you guys that no matter what stats you have, it's always good to just put your foot forward and apply to whichever schools that you're interested in, and you never know what could happen. I never thought that I'd even have a chance of being noticed by schools like UCLA or Cornell, and I ended up being able to get interviews at both of them. So hopefully this gives you a lot of encouragement, and hopefully this makes you want to tune into my channel even more. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!